In today's video, I'm going to show you a simple formula that I use which allows you to plot a moving average, a simple moving average, on your trading equity curve or your account equity curve. Now we do this because ultimately it's going to reduce the amount of losses you're going to take and then make more money overall in your trading. It's a bit of a follow on from a previous video, so I'll link that in the notes below. And that will show you the reasons and exactly how to trade once we've plotted the moving average on the equity curve. So I want to take you over to my computer screen now. I'm going to show you how you can really easily just copy and paste this formula into an Excel spreadsheet and then plot a graph and then carry on and just trade your equity curve.
This spreadsheet is part of Google Sheets, or I think it used to be called Google Docs. If you sign into a Google account and go to Google Docs or Google Sheets, you can create these sort of spreadsheets. I use these spreadsheets for all of my trading accounts, backtesting. They're great. They're actually stored on the web, so they're not actually stored on your computer in case you had a computer failure. They're really quite convenient. It's like a watered down version of what you'd see in Excel. So I'm no Excel expert. I tend to, if I need to know how to do a function, then I'll research it, find it out myself, and so I know what I need to know. And today I'm going to show you how to create a simple moving average on your equity curve of a trading account. So these results you see here, just quickly, we got the column year, which shows just what happened, just when these trades occurred. So we've got 2008, 2009, etc., all the way to 2015. There's 409 trades in this column. We've literally just got trade numbers, 1 through to 409. These are results from a real system that I've developed to trade the S&P 500, a rule-based system. Now the profit and loss in terms of R is, for simplicity's sake, let's say that you were risking 2% of your account on every trade. So 2% is equal to 1R. So for the first trade it was a 1R loss. So the first trade would equal to a 2% loss. The next column is how your account would look, how would it grow, and that's quite simply just adds your previous balance with the new trade. So in this case we're looking at, I'm clicked on this cell here at D7, the formula for that is up here, which is D6 plus C7. So it's the cell prior, or your account balance, what it was before. In this case it would be 0, plus the latest trade, which is here, which is C7, and we just fill that down, and it just adds each trade in column C to our account, and that gets us our equity. In the next column, this is where we've got our moving average. This one's going to be a 30-period moving average. Now, a moving average is literally, it's an average over the previous 30 trades, or whatever amount of trades it is, 10, 30. So we can't actually start plotting that average until we have actually 30 trades. So on trade number 31 here, we can then start plotting the average because we have 30 previous trades. Now, the formula to do this is as shown up here. What we do is so equals sum, open bracket, D7, which is the 30th prior trade. In this case, it's this cell here, our first cell, colon, which means add through to D36, which is through to here, trade number 30. So we've got 30 results, add them all together, close bracket, and then we divide them by 30. So it's just an average. We've added up 30, divide them by 30, we get the average. And then once we have that, all we do is we drag down, and that will just start to plot in, do all the calculations for us, moving the average. For example, if I clicked here, it's now saying D13 to D42. So D13 is trade number 7 through to D42, which should be the one prior to the sell. So it is moving that starting point of the 30 every time. So what we do, we go over it once more. We do a live. I'm just going to copy this formula here, and we're going to look at a 10 period simple moving average. So we need 10 prior results, so we can only start this on trade number 11. So we put the formula in there. So now we're looking at D7, which is great, through to D36. We don't want D36. We want to go from D7 through to D16 here, because that's trade number 10. So I'm going to adjust that to D16, and then we don't want to be divided by 30, we want to be divided by 10. Put that in, and that's the start of the 10 period moving average. Again, if we just drag like that, that will drag down and fill down, moving that starting point and end point as it goes. So that's quite simple. How do we use this? That was covered in the last video. We want to plot the moving average against our equity graph, and when our equity drops below the 30 period moving average, we might want to consider stop trading the system, because it could be broken, it could be going for a big drawdown, we don't know what. What I'll do is I'll show you a chart now. So I'm going to highlight from the start of the account or the equity. I'm going to go to the end, down to trade 409. But I'm actually going to highlight the column next to it as well, which is the 30 period moving average, so I can show you both lines on the graph. Click on this chart button up here, insert chart. And we select the type of chart. Again, I assume there's far more options in Excel to do this. This Google Sheets is fairly basic, but it does everything I need it to do so far. Make that a little bit bigger. So there, what you can see is the blue line starting from trade 1 right through to the end, which is trade 409. That's quite a nice looking equity graph. That's over 8 years. And then the red line is the 30 period moving average, where you can see, for example, this point around here, when the blue line or our account drops below the moving average of the account, we might want to stop trading that system and put our money elsewhere, because the system could be going through a bad drawdown or it could be broken. So that's it really for this tutorial today. If there's any questions, please ask me. You can comment below or even email me, jared@thetransparenttrader.com, and I'll be happy to help.